Hi Lekha, how are you?
Yeah, hi sir, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too, thank you. So can you tell us something about yourself?
Sure. Myself, Lekha Group. I'm a BTech graduate with 4.11 years of experience in software testing. I initiated my career with data consultancy services as a system engineer, and my roles and responsibilities included as a functional tester, included like testing activities, all the testing activities from understanding the requirements, understand the user story, uh, clarify regarding the user story and prepare test scenarios and further test cases and perform the execution of the test cases and find out the bugs and report it accordingly to Jira. We were using the test management tool as Jira and bug reporting tool and further test report generation. So as a functional tester, I was performing these activities, and later on I was able to move to a project which was having automation, and we were using Selenium with Cucumber BDD framework, and we were following page object model as the design pattern. And I have worked for around 1.5 years with the automation project. And further, I moved to Cognizant, wherein I got the opportunity to work with an insurance domain project. And I was primarily the module lead for the billing module, which I was handling. And I was part of an agile team. And we were having like stakeholders such as product owner, business analyst, scrum master, developers, and myself as the tester. So I was handling all the testing activities as a single member, and I am also an ISTQB certified foundation level tester. So this is overall about myself.
Mhm. Great, great. So you were referring now that you were independently taking care of all these testing activities. So
Yes.
how did you plan your day? What are the different roles and responsibilities that you perform while doing uh, in your entire course of day?
So yeah, so I was closely interacting with product owner and business analyst because I was the testing member in the team. So we discuss about the enhancement that can be done, and they'll provide some ad hoc request on performing some exploratory testing for a particular part of the module to understand what is currently available and what need to be enhanced. So for that, I'll prepare the test document. I'll prepare the test scenarios and further test cases for that, and also perform the test execution and find out the behavior and provide the report for them. And from there, I'll provide the support to enhance the and enhance and create new user stories. And this is an extra work that I will do as apart from the user story, like apart from the sprint activities. And I attend all the agile ceremonies, starting from sprint planning and ending till retrospective meeting. And we also have a daily scrum call where we update all the updates related to our work, that like what we have done yesterday, what we are planning to do today, and regarding the blockers. And so I was part of all the agile ceremonies, and depending upon the sprint planning meeting, we'll be assigned with the user stories. And during the initial days or before the sprint planning, we'll somehow try to understand the user story and prepare some details that we need to get a clarification from the business analyst or the stakeholders, and we'll ask for that particular understanding or questions in our sprint planning meeting or during the backlog refinement meeting. In the sprint planning meeting, we ideally identify the stories that can be taken up for the upcoming sprint, and we'll also assign the story points for that particular story points from both the developer as well as the tester side. And after completion of the sprint planning, we'll initiate with the sprint, and we'll have the regular meetings, and we'll have the backlog refinement meeting where we can ask for further understanding of the user story. So we'll have two backlog refinement meeting in a sprint, like one will be during the initial days of the sprint, and also one will be during the mid time of the sprint. So this is how this happens. And depending upon like regarding my activities, I'll perform the user story during the initial days. I'll be taking up the tickets for test designing,
Hmm.
and once the test designing is completed, I'll start up with and some other activities or test data preparation can be done. And once the story is ready for testing, I'll take up the ticket for testing and move the story for in testing status, and perform the testing according to the test design prepared. So I'll also get reviewed by the business analyst once the test design is completed. And once the test execution is completed, I'll upload my test results in the story. And this will be also be reviewed by business analyst. And bugs will be reported in Jira and will be assigned to the particular story, that we'll link that particular bug to the assigned story. So we'll also follow up on that part. And so this is my overall task which I do as
Mhm.
part of testing.
Okay, great. So can you explain something about your automation framework?
Automation framework.
Mm.
So we were using Cucumber BDD framework for our automation. And we as in Cucumber BDD framework, we'll have the scenarios. In We'll have three files mainly, like feature file, step definition file, and page object. We were following page object model, and we have the Java classes created for that, and also test runner file for our execution. And in the feature file, we'll write that feature file in Gherkin language, which is a commonly known language, which is basically an English language. So
Mm.
this can be understood by all the stakeholders, whatever be the technical or non-technical ones. So they can also provide their input for the automation part. So by reading the scenarios written in the feature file, they can understand what is that particular scenario related to, and what we are going to perform, or what is the outcome from that particular scenario. So this is basically created by the business analyst who prepare the cases. And according to the scenarios written in the feature file, we start implementing that steps in the step definition file, and further methods will be described properly in the classes created. So in the classes, we'll be having the web elements from the application. So since we are following the page object model, we'll have web elements and methods. We'll keep or we'll maintain a Java class for a particular web page in the application. So for every web pages, we'll have separate Java classes created, and all the elements and the connected methods will also be described in the classes created. So locators can be identified using different methods, such as ID name, class name, tag name, link test, partial link test, CSS selector, etc. And also by using XPath, we can identify it from the application. And once we get the unique element identified using the locator, we can add them to the Java class created. And methods can also be written and can be asserted using this page object model. So this is the overall description. And basically in feature file, we'll have some keywords such as background, feature, scenario outline, example. And we were passing that as data using the example table.
Mm.
But we have a different method also, like we can also pass it using Excel. But for my project, we were using example table.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Whenever you have to describe your automation framework. So the points that you covered were good. Apart from these points, see, with respect to BDD framework, you have to tell about these files as well. So one is you have
Okay.
feature files, you
Okay.
have step definition files. So these two files you covered. I think test runner file also you covered, in which
Yeah.
you are using to configure to execute the test. Then you
Okay.
have configuration files, right?
Okay.
So if you
Yeah.
want to set up and you want to configure the BDD framework, for example, you want to go for some output formats, or you want to go for a parallel execution. So you can do it in your configuration files. Then you have
Okay.
hooks. So hooks is one more important thing
Yeah.
that you have to
Miss it.
take care, right? So that
Yeah.
is often used for setup and tear down tasks. Let's say if you have to set up few of the things before you start your test case execution, then you'll be going for,
Browser launching and all those activities.
right. Then you have test data files. So I think that you
Mhm.
covered using Excel. Apart from
Excel.
Excel, you can also use JSON. You can also use CSV.
CSV. Yeah.
Hmm. So that's what you can tell. Okay. So Cucumber is one of the you can say BDD framework, in which you can use multiple programming languages such as Java, Ruby, JavaScript,
Yeah.
right? And you can also do it via Stack Flow. So this is how you can explain. And
Okay.
yeah, you got this question about automation framework. So you mentioned about page object model, the design pattern.
Mm,
Then you can also tell about how do you run these automation steps, like which is the CI/CD tool that you are using? Is it Jenkins? Is it
Jenkins.
Azure DevOps? Is it Travis CA? So
Mm,
those things you can explain.
explain. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. Apart from that, you can also add about the configuration files. So yeah, so this is one of the configuration. Then the properties file,
Mm,
wherein you would be having the browsers and the usernames, passwords, right? Those kind of things you can cover.
okay.
So this was good. And now you were telling about locators. So that locators you are using in your page object model. So can you tell me which are the latest Selenium 4.2 locators? So few of the locators have been introduced in the latest Selenium 4.x version. Which are those?
Um, I am not so aware of that.
No problem, no problem.
Yeah.
So let me assist you with that. So see, now these are the latest Selenium 4.0 locators. So these all locators were not there earlier. They have been introduced in the latest version only, like above. So you can locate an element above a specified element. So you can take any reference element in your web application and you can use this above as a locator, which will help you to locate an element above that. Similar to above,
Okay.
you have below. Then you have two left of, two right of. So it is easy to remember above, below, left, right, right?
Okay.
It will locate an element to the left of a specified element. It would locate an element below a specified element. It would
Okay.
locate an element to the right of a specified element. So these are the locators that you have got in Selenium 4.x. And apart from this, one more locator that you have got is near. So it
Yes.
would locate an element near a specified element within some particular distance, right? So
Okay.
not
Okay.
near reference element, comma 50, that distance you can mention.
Okay.
So
So is
these
it
are
like
the
when we cannot identify an element using their ID or name, we can use this as a reference and identify it, right?
Yeah, yeah. So let's say you have
Okay.
the locators, like you have link text, you have partial link text, you have CSS. Apart from these are the five other locators which you can use, which can
Okay.
assist you in identifying the web elements.
Web
Right?
elements. Okay.
So you can use
Okay.
these
Thanks.
locators, but these locators
Okay.
are available only when you are using Selenium 4.x version.
Four. Mm. Okay. Okay, sir. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is the latest Selenium version that you are using?
I'm using.
Mhm. So right now, so let's say you were working in some company in some project, right? So which was the
Yeah.
Selenium version that was used there?
I think I was using three. I think. Yeah,
Mhm.
with my recent project.
Right. So now what you can do is you can practice on Selenium 4.x and you can tell that you are using Selenium 4.
Yes. Yes.
Right now, as of July 2024, it is Selenium 4.10.0, right?
Yeah.
That is one of the version that has been there in the market.
Yeah.
Okay, can we use a background keyword in one feature file for another feature file? Let's say you have two feature files. So
Yeah.
can I use the background keyword in that particular feature file for another feature file as well? So can I reuse the same background keyword in two feature files?
I think no.
Correct, correct. The
No.
answer is no.
The
In
thing is
both,
like in background, we'll have some steps that is commonly like repeating for all the scenarios and the
mm,
beginning of the execution. So these steps will be accommodated in the background. So
mm,
this will be applicable only for the feature file where it is written.
right, right. So what would happen is you can not share the background keyword within the multiple feature files.
Yeah.
Right? Each feature file in Cucumber is intended to be independent. It's a self-contained kind of a thing.
Yes.
Right? What you can do is you can achieve similar behavior by using reusable step definitions or scenario outlines. But
Yeah.
you cannot,
Common step definition.
yeah, but you cannot
Yeah.
use the same background keyword.
Yeah. Understood.
So what is the use of scenario outline?
So if we need to pass multiple test data through our scenarios, we'll use
Mm.
scenario outline. If we only have one test data to be executed, we'll use scenario
Right. So using scenario outlines, you can define parameterized scenarios that can be reused with different sets of input data.
data. Yeah.
Right. So when you have to do data-driven testing, when you have to test with multiple parameters, as you are telling the correct thing, you will
Hmm.
be using the scenario outlines,
Outline.
right? And you
Yeah.
will be providing different input data from different tables, you can say, and you can do the validation.
Yeah.
Now, let me Okay. So now, can you open Amazon.com
Sure.
and you are supposed to create a feature file for the search option. So if you can share the screen, yeah, just open Amazon.com. Now, what you have to do is you have to search the text, any product you have to search here, right? And yeah, and anything you can search, yeah. And you're supposed to write a feature file for this. So what we are doing is we are navigating to Amazon website and we are searching some product on the search, and then we are clicking on that magnifying lens search, right? So how will you write a feature file for this?
I'll give it time.
So you can open Notepad++ as well. Yeah. So here you can write the feature file. What does feature file contain? It would contain the keywords,
Keywords.
right?
Since I'm writing just one step, I'm not including background right now.
Sorry,
I'm
sorry.
just writing only one scenario, so I'm
Yeah, just that scenario
starting.
for that particular thing. So if you are going to Amazon.com and you are searching some product there, right? Then what would happen? Yeah, so you are starting with a given keyword. Okay.
Yeah.
Then, Yeah. So we have completed writing it. Given user launches to Amazon website with a valid URL. Okay. Then user search, enter the item name and search with the item on clicking the search icon.
When
Okay.
user enter the
Sorry.
item name and search with the.
Yes, you are. Can you please increase the system volume or can you speak loudly a bit?
So first of all, in the first step, it is a prerequisite. First of all, we have to provide the Amazon website URL,
Hmm.
and once the page is loaded, we have to provide the action. So when we'll describe the steps that we have to perform, so basically here we'll have to search for the item, like enter the item name and search with the item on clicking on the search icon. So after that, we are expecting the items to be displayed in the page. In the same page, we are seeing the items displayed. So
Hmm.
um,
So here,
this is the
what
step.
what you will have to do is let's understand, let's break this thing. So
Okay.
let me show you. So let me share my screen once. Yeah. Now is my screen visible to you?
No, no.
Not yet. Okay. So see how we would be writing the keywords. Yeah. So given I am on the Amazon page, given. So what we are doing is we are launching the Amazon.com and we are entering the search there. And so we don't need this username and password. Given Amazon user is available on the navigating to the Amazon page. Okay. Then what is when? When keyword is used for the action item. When
Action item.
user is entering product to search. Okay, now why did I write this product in the double inverted comma? Because it is a parameter. Like today you are
Yes.
searching some electronic item. Tomorrow you might be searching some beauty product. Tomorrow, on day after tomorrow, the user might be searching some, let's say, consumer goods or maybe some food or maybe anything else. So products can change. So that is a parameter. So that you will have to put in the double inverted comma, right?
Yeah.
That is a parameterized thing.
Okay.
When user
If
is
we have
entering.
multiple test data, we can add it in a angular bracket, right?
Yeah, if you have multiple
Angular
parameters, then you can do like this when you
angle.
bring product and let's say so what other thing we can do in search? Okay, so with respect to search, we can add one of the parameter. Then user should. So I'll tell you in case of multiple as well. Then searched product with prices should display. So now see what happened is this is your when, this is your action. And what you are doing is you are going for a verification point. Then searched product with price should display, right? So you are searching some product here. So whatever product you had searched in the when keyword, same product is being searched in the then keyword as well. Okay. So similarly, so this is correlating, right? This thing got correlated with what? The price. So every product will be coming with its own price. So you can create one list of the product along with their prices in a JSON file or in a CSV file or in an Excel file, and then you can map it. Then you can read. So this is how you can write the keywords. We can also use and keyword. And is for having some miscellaneous things like attaching screenshot if you want to attach screenshot, right? So attach screenshot. Okay. So that's how you can create a feature file. Simple.
Oh, yeah, understood.
Now, how will you capture the screenshot using Selenium?
Using take screenshot.
So what is take screenshot?
It's an like, take screenshot is an interface.
Interface. Correct, correct. So using take screenshot, you can achieve the screenshot.
Screenshot
Can you,
mechanism.
yeah,
So
can you
whenever
write?
we have a failure, we can provide that particular method
Mm,
and capture the screenshot.
Yes, correct, correct. So can you write a code for taking the screenshot?
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah.
So here we'll have to
Mm-hmm.
provide the path where the screenshot should
Yes,
be saved,
correct.
um, and I can properly recollect on how to
Mm-hmm.
implement.
Okay. So what you have done is take screenshot. Okay. So let me share my screen. I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
please, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. See, so this is how your normal code will look like. Let's assume this is one of the class in which we want to capture the screenshot. So you'll initialize WebDriver, you'll navigate to that particular URL. Now you want to capture the screenshot and store it as a file format. Okay.
Yes.
So what you are
Uh,
doing is you are using file screenshot file equal to takes screenshot. So what is take screenshot? So you are
sir,
casting the WebDriver
are you
instance to the
sharing screen?
take screenshot. Sorry. Is the screen
Are
is
you sharing screen? No, no
yes, the
screen is
screen
there.
is shared. Not you are not visible. Let me try again.
Now visible.
Now is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So what we are doing here is we have created one capture screenshot class. Okay.
Mm,
And using this, we are casting the WebDriver instance to the takes screenshot.
mm.
Okay. And you want to save it into a file. So for that, you have this method dot get screenshot as.
Get screenshot as, yeah.
Whatever the file path, whatever the type you want to save, that you can do. And you all can also mention the location where you would like to save that screenshot. Okay, so that is file utils dot copy file,
Okay.
where you want to capture that particular screenshot at that particular file path location, right? So this is how you can do use
Um,
this take screenshot. Okay,
It's in
so
short.
this is for that. One more thing I wanted to ask you. Okay, so you are able to see this try catch also here,
Mm,
right?
mm.
What is the significance of having try catch? Why try catch is being used?
So we are using it for as part of exception handling.
Exception handling. Okay,
Yeah,
great. Can we have a multiple catch for a single try?
we can have multiple try, but
Can we have
uh,
multiple catch for a single try?
no.
Are you sure?
Uh,
Actually, we can
so
have.
we can yeah, first of
We
all,
can have.
we can try for a particular code to get true,
Hmm,
and we can add multiple cache with different exceptions
hmm, right?
and provide the message according to the exception that is
Hmm,
displaying.
right. So it is possible.
Yeah, it is possible. Yeah.
Yes, you can. Okay. What are the challenges that you have faced in your project while doing Selenium automation?
First of all, when we get a user story, we should identify the test cases that is feasible with automation. So,
Hmm,
100% automation is not possible. So, only for cases which can, such as for functional testing, we can perform and regression point of view. If we can automate maximum number of scenarios, then it can be reused and we can optimize the time.
hmm,
And the faced challenges like whenever we have changes in like sometimes we'll have some requirement changes. So for example, today we'll have some requirement provided, and with that we'll be automating, like after completion of the manual testing we'll perform the automation. So later on, if there is any change in particular web page, we'll have to perform the maintenance part again. So uh, so during that time we'll have to redo that particular effort again, and we have to make the changes. So when we try to when we try to run that particular scenario through automation, if we are completely dependent on automation, then at that time we'll have to perform maintenance, so which require an extra effort apart from the other activities. So that is a challenge that we have faced, and during the initial days we have faced challenges because um like sometimes the web page will not load properly,
hmm,
and during the initial times it will be working fine, and sometimes it will take some time for the web page to get loaded, and we found some issues. And by applying explicit wait, those issues got resolved. So during the initial days those were the challenges, because multiple number of test cases have to be completed, and we'll get stuck up there, and then we'll have to rerun. So during those time we have implemented explicit wait, and challenge when we get challenges we'll identify those issues and we'll get to solve about it. So uh, these change requests, changes in requirements are the main challenges that we have faced
hmm.
in the project.
Right, right. So correct. So you can tell about such kind of things. You can also tell about the time when you are getting the build. So every time you are not getting those kind of IDs or names, so you have to use XPath. At times you have to go
Mm.
for CSS selectors based on stable attributes. So
Yes,
those
yes.
things you have to use. And also you can tell that there is asynchronous loading. So you have to use explicit wait at times, right?
Mm.
So those kind
Yeah,
of things you can tell. Those are few of the challenges that you have to maintain, make sure while working in the sprint itself.
sprint.
Right. Okay, Rekha, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions
Okay.
for me?
I'm good as of now.
Yeah, yeah.